Hey guys, welcome back to Sword of Convallaria. In today's video, I wanted to take a look at something that I was quite happy with when I got here, and we're going to work our way through it. So the Voyage Memento, if you're not at level 30 yet, you won't be up to this one, but I was pleasantly surprised because with all the other phases of the Voyage Memento, we had the purple missions that were basically gatekeeping your progress to every 5 levels. You had to gain 5 levels to unlock the new difficulty in the stages before you could complete these things and continue through it. And I really thought it was going to get really stale and dry with this thing once we start getting up past 30, because then to get to 35, that is going to take an incredibly long time to go ahead and achieve. However, when we get over here to this one, which unlocks at level 30, and we're about to go into the next one as well, they did something that I wasn't ready for because I didn't really pay too close attention to this when I was playing the Taiwanese version, even though I was around like level 38 or something when Global launched. But what they did was they've removed those requirements. Now for this one, the only requirement was to have 6 characters at level 32. So instead of increasing the gap between unlocking new phases of the Voyage Memento, which is huge for a lot of resources and everything, as you can see, I'm getting 2 extra endurance potions, which is huge, and all the other resources that we get are just massive. Now it's crept it up in a 2 level increment, which is nice because you got to keep in mind, we also have some in here that do give you extra experience to help your account level. So by them doing this, it means we can actually get more efficient leveling of our accounts, and it won't make it bog down too much. So I just hit level 32 on my account. You can see we've just crept into it. It is a big 880 experience to get to level 33, but I'm going to go up here and level up my last unit to 31. Who cares who it is? We'll just level everyone eventually anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go, leveled up, and now we can go back over here and we can go and complete this. And like I said, bravo, you've completed. Happy days. We can go claim all. Job done. And now we get to claim our axe, which I have been hanging out for. I'll talk about that in a sec. But now we get into phase 7, and let's see where the new bottle cap. Let's just claim all first up. Okay, we've got a decent little bit there. All right, so let's see first, do we have purples? Okay, so now we go back to the purples and we actually go back to, okay, cleared on difficulty 40. So now this is our level 35 break. So that's not too bad. Going from level 30 to 32, then to 35, I think is a nice incremental change that I'm pretty cool with, that it's not like, it doesn't feel as impactful and we can still get some progression. Now, unfortunately, there are no other missions here which are going to give us experience, whereas the other ones did have some of those experience giving missions. Wait, was that bottom one experience? No, it wasn't. So honestly, not too bad. It should take me, I'm gonna say, about a level a day at the rate I've been going with the extra endurance, keeping in mind I will eventually burn that 700. So I'd say 3 more days to get up to this one, get an extra dupe of her, is not too bad at all. But it's good to see that it does like sort of increment it a bit better. I was hoping that in this phase we would get some legendary gear, but unfortunately we are still at the epic gear phase of this, which is a bit strange considering the pacing of the rest of the game. But that is where we are currently at. So the other great thing here is that we are getting so many angel dupes, and it basically means I'm pretty sure we're going to end up with a free maxed out angel, because if we look over here, I don't know how many I pulled or not, but you can see we get 50 more from this thing. That's going to bring me up to the 120, and that is going to pop me all the way into max dupe of the angel, which is huge for free to play, especially for those maybe that come later and didn't get Gloria, or those who just for some reason didn't want to get Gloria, you know, because that makes her work super well with Divine Grace, who is a great free-to-play combo moving forward. But now that we have got here at this point, I wanted to finally get myself a weapon to equip here, because this has been absolutely killing me, because I haven't really used too much recently my my Stormbreaker, and I haven't really used Rawiyah. Let's just go with that. Haven't really used her too much either for testing, just because I haven't had the weapon and I didn't want to upgrade another weapon. I might do a whole, after my other video about how to get weapons, people have been asking a lot of questions about what to upgrade. I want to go through that because I have upgraded a couple epic weapons, and I want to go through the situations in which I think it's okay to do that and where I think you absolutely should not. So I will do a whole gear video in the next day or so, maybe even next video now that I'm thinking about it and it's fresh on my mind. But yeah, finally we got her, but I just wanted to go quickly through my build for her because everyone's probably getting to the point where they're about to get her and go ahead and start building her if they want to use her, and then you're going to roll in to get the axe. So I do really like her character, and people have been asking me whether I think she is better or whether Stormbreaker is better as the breaking unit. I think Rawiyah is a better general splashable unit in general circumstances. However, I think Stormbreaker, in the given situation with right AoE, she is fantastic. Although Stormbreaker is very, very susceptible to barrels and stuff like that, she needs manual play and she needs that AoE situation. And I also think Stormbreaker's big point of more accessibility is when she gets to rank 7 and get this ability so that she can put herself in the position to be dealing the AoE that she wants to do around the right targets. This does have a big cooldown, but often when it's AoE, you're only getting one big AoE cleave that you're trying to wipe out, and then you're pretty much good from there. So that's my thought on those two. I will do some more deeper testing, come back with some more firm results on both of these characters now that I've got my axe and I can level it up. But with Rawiyah, I wanted to go through her quickly. Increases her damage by 8% at the start of a turn or during a strike back. There's a 50% chance to recover 30% HP and gain Tipsy. This can activate up to 1 time per round. And then this is Tipsy. The increases crit by 30% and decreases damage taken by 10%. This ability can be stacked. Now, she does have other ways to get this, but this is a really nice core kit for her. I like anything that gives me reliable crits. I really do find that satisfying. So that is pretty good. But not to mention that we do get the free dupe of her as well, which will effectively bring us up to this one, which isn't too bad. You go up to a 60% chance from a 50% chance. So not too bad on that one. More likely to proc it. But when we take a look at her rank ups, now this is what I wanted to talk about because I think this first one, you can really pick whichever one you want. For each ally within a 2-tile radius of the character, attack is increased by 5% up to 15%. Now, this one kind of counterplays towards this ability, which is a rushing ability. So if you're near your allies, you're going to rush away. However, if you've moved melee into there, then she is still going to get the effect. So it's a bit iffy. But this one, it's an instant, which means she gets to attack again. And basically, the whole purpose of this one is to rush up to the enemy and then go ahead and then you get the cyclone ability next, so you can use this chain with the cyclone ability, which is more of a big hard-hitting ability. So that is what we are looking at. You do want to be in Tipsy ideally when we are doing that as well. But that is that one. Like, if you're going to be in range of your allies, then yes, this is good. However, I just like this one personally. Because she is that unit that's going to be in melee, she's probably going to get hit a fair bit. We are playing her with a counterattack with the premise that she is going to get attacked, so she will have to counterattack, which means she will spend time in injured a lot, I think below 70%, which reduces damage dealt by 20% and increases damage taken by 20%. And if I look at having this buff, but having this debuff from being injured, well, I think we're at a net negative. So I just always play it safe. Yes, you lose the peak of your ceiling, but your floor is not as low when you pick this one, if that makes sense. And also it helps with survival as well. So that's the one I went and picked up. This one, I'm not a massive fan of this one. Yes, we do gain the armor piercing, but I just think this one's too vital when we look at getting the extra stack of Tipsy. It's another instant ability. It's only a 1 cost. Yes, it's a 3-turn cooldown, but having those instant abilities is fantastic. Gaining the HP back is huge because once again, she will be in that melee range, so getting that HP back is going to be a really important thing. And then obviously getting a stack of Tipsy, which is really, really solid. Then we move into this one. This one, I definitely like the strike back. This one, I feel like this does have its place where she takes attacks for allies, but at being a damage dealer, it's more tanks that I want to have this than her herself. So this one, I was thinking about it, but it's essentially the same effect, except this one, she takes it for herself. And I just think she's more likely to, like I said, because she is rushing, this one's just more reliable to proc, and I feel like she's going to be in a position to be hit more than her allies that are 1 tile away from her. And I think this one is just more reliable in that sense. As we move on up into the next one, The next one, we are going to look at this one for the leader aura. I think the leader aura is safe. Keeping in mind, you're not always going to bring this. This is for a tech situation. This one just has the lifesteal, but it is a 3 cost, which is just way too much for not enough damage. So that's just sort of a no-brainer as I look forward into the future for that one. The next one over here we're going to look at is this one. Basic attack deals, it gets extra crit damage. This isn't too bad for damage, to be honest, when we look at the fact that, you know, she can just deal more damage because she is getting her tipsy stacks, which makes her crits really high. So we're getting extra damage out of it, but the utility out of dispelling is going to be too good for me personally, but it also depends on your team. So this one is very team dependent, because if you've got plenty of dispels on your team, then you probably don't need this one. However, if your other teammate who has the possibility to pick up dispels has a better other option, well, then you pick up dispel on her and you pick the other one on the teammate. So this one's a bit of a toss up. I think this one's like the safe just utility option, and this one's obviously going to be guaranteed extra damage. And then this final one, when an ally when an ally in battle is defeated, recovers 30% HP, and the character gains these stacking stats. The problem is, I feel like she's going to be the one in threat more often. So this type of ability is good, but I don't feel like her general character plays around this ability is the problem with it. Whereas I think something like this is more reliable, where we just get that big AoE, we get the Fizz Death Shred. I just think this is like sort of my more safe option that's general. Yes, it is a 4 cost, so it is a hefty cost, but I do think in the right situation, this one is going to be a lot more valuable than this one. However, because this one is just a passive, it does help you with your management, but in general, I think this is the one I would go for. But that's obviously just more theory-based and stuff like that. So that is my look at her. Like I said, I do like the Voyage Memento. I like it that they're creeping it back in, so it's not being 5 levels every time, considering it is taking us a much longer time to go ahead and creep up these levels. But you get the free Rawiyah, we get the free axe, which is huge, and then moving forward we will get this bit of equipment, and then we will get the bow as well. So I will do that video talking about gear, because I think there is a lot I need to go through in gear that people have been asking me. But let me know, once again, I've been making a bunch of videos just based off what I've been seeing in the comments. So if you do have anything you want me to make, just leave it in the comments. I always browse them, and we'll probably come up with some ideas. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.